Hey everyone, your designers are here.
I'm Anita at Cedar Hill Farmhouse.
And I'm Yvonne at Stone Gable.
And I'm Kelly at My Soulful Home. And we've got tips and tricks and decorating advice for you today. So let's get started.
Today is episode 147, Best Organizational Tips.
Get it together, girlies.
I love being organized.
The new year.
I know you do. In the new year, this is probably, I would say, one of the most popular New Year's resolutions to be better organized. And today we're going to help you with that. Let's get right into it. Let's get our best organizational tips out there. So who wants to start?
Well, I have a tip.
Okay.
And it's based on a problem that I have. What happens is I'm in a hurry. I'm putting things up. Maybe we just got in from being out of town, or I went to the store and there's a lot of stuff. Or I don't know, maybe there's just a big mess to clean up. And I kind of just throw things in the nearest empty spot. I'm sure I'm the only one that does this. Okay. So then it's there in this not best place. Maybe it's not with like items. And it doesn't really make sense where it is, but it's just kind of where I put it. And then it stays there for 6 months, a year. Okay. Now wait a minute. Then I get organized and then I say, I've got light bulbs here, here, and here. They all need to be in one place. I've got pens here, here, and here. They all need to be, all the tape dispensers.
They need a home.
Not just need a home, but what it is I decide at some point, all the tape dispensers need to be together. This type of cleaning supply needs to be together because what happens is then you end up with too much of everything because it's all spread out throughout the house. So then I start organizing everything, organizing for the first time. But I move a bunch of things in the house. Here's what happens later on. I can't remember where it is. Oh. I know the first place I put it, but the new home, for the life of me,
I know that.
Can't remember where it is. Drives me nuts. Happens all the time. So here's my tip. I'm not really good at doing this yet, but here's my tip is just start from the beginning, but by putting it in the right place. Okay. Take the time and organize from the beginning, and you're not going to have my problem that I have.
Do you need a list of where you put the stuff too?
Apparently I
do. No, you have the solution that you always talk about. Take a picture of where it is.
Well, there you go. I like that. And then when you go to the store, see, now if you had it all organized in one closet, and I don't really have a lot of storage in this house, but you could take a picture and then you would know, I'm low on this thing or that thing.
And that would help me with why do I have 5 bottles of ketchup in my pantry?
Well, see, that's what happens.
And how often do I use ketchup? I don't know why. But I'm going to piggyback off of that, Anita. Touch something once. Don't set it down. Put it in the right place. If the more you touch something, the more disorganized you get.
Well, and it's just a waste of time.
Oh,
yeah. Well, my tip is actually Yvonne's tip. So I think the bell is going to be wrong, but it's going to go in her category. Okay.
You didn't even hear it yet.
No, it's so good.
Okay. No, it's about, it's giving you it.
I know.
You're getting the bell.
It's all the same. It's sort of the same. It's kind of an umbrella of the two things that you guys were just talking about. I hear Yvonne's voice in my head. I'm going to say daily. Keep going. Don't create a waste station. If you've got that thing in your hand, don't put it down.
Oh, don't put it at the base of the stairs. But I love that.
Don't put it on the counter. Don't put it on the dining room table. And I swear, Yvonne, you're in my head. And I hear you say, keep going. And
I'm the mother in your head, right?
You are. Well, no, you're my friend in my head.
Know.
We've been trying to organize. Well, it's kind of a joke because if you really saw, if I did a little video, a little Insta story of where I podcast, you guys would just fall over because you think I'm this crazy perfectionist. Okay. It is, Chaka, it's like a bomb went off, cross-holidation, stuff that should go to Goodwill. I am just surrounded by boxes and decor and wrapping paper and pumpkins and Christmas items. And I was like, we need to get this organized. But what happens is, well, I'll find something in the house. Okay, I'm not going to use that right now. And it will go by the back door. Okay, next time somebody goes out. Then I had the habit of just putting it in the garage. Okay, next time I go up the spiral staircase, I'll take it, right? But then all the stuff started to pile up either by the back door or out in the garage. And so then you just had another like 3-hour mess you had to deal with. So Yvonne keeps saying to me, keep going. So if I take something like a box of vases or what have you, I know I'm not going to use in the house. I don't stop anymore. So don't stop anymore, listeners. Keep going to where it's supposed to go. Yeah. And if it's supposed to go to Goodwill, put it in the trunk.
Hey, here's the other thing. I don't go upstairs every time I want to put a safety pin because it belongs in my sewing room. I don't do that. I do put things together at the base of the stairs.
Okay, good. So it's not just me.
But only so many. Because literally I could be doing that in the end of the day. I've got a 2-hour project and I'm tired at 10 o'clock, 11 o'clock at night. And I'm thinking I really should put all this away. So I I wait till I get maybe 10 or so items and then I go put it all away. Because if I wait till the basket's full, I've just created a huge problem.
Yeah, I probably wouldn't walk the safety pin to another level until I got my Apple Watch. But now I have this Apple Watch.
Okay.
It was a hand-me-down from Peter. And so now all day long, I'm trying to close my activity rings. I'm actually
she was all over that in DFW.
I'm all over those things.
My goodness.
So I'm like, I'll take your safety pin. I'll take it upstairs.
I would throw it in the trash before I take it upstairs.
Well, it does seem to kind of take over your life and it becomes the boss of you.
I think my biggest problem, and I think it's because I own a business and it's in my home, and we just first of all, I collected all the mail in 2 weeks' time. I sorted it and I collected everything that I was going to throw away in a box. I just wanted to see how much junk mail I had.
Wow.
That box, it was, I'm not good at measuring, maybe at 18 inches or 2 feet by maybe 18 inches. It was filled to the brim.
It's awful, right? Every day the stuff comes and you just
and
throw
so
it out.
My big thing is, keeping like my business paperwork, my home bills and business work, my magazines and books, and all just the volumes of paper that come into my house. And I think that's one of my biggest problems. Now, I did have one of those neat organizers. Have you ever heard of those?
No.
Is that like an expandable file?
No, it's like an electronic copy machine that keeps all of your papers.
Well, yeah, it's called a scanner.
Oh, well, I don't
get a regular scanner.
The Neat has like an app that goes to it and it puts it all in these files and things. And I really like that.
Okay.
And it can be synced with Quicken books and things like that. So I did use that, but I need to upgrade it because I use so much. But then I'm afraid to throw those papers away in case
So now you have both?
Well, yeah, you really do need to keep those papers because the electronic files, sometimes things happen.
Yeah,
so,
but
we keep them in the attic, that extra stuff, the files.
And I haven't quite figured out how to conquer that. Except, I'm pretty paperless, but still the amount. So this year, I'm going to try to figure out a better system. And I know this isn't organizational. We're supposed to give you tips, but, just try to keep that under control because that's something that can get away from you in an instant.
Yeah. And
you don't need a month. You need just a week or so and you've got an issue.
Yeah. Yeah. And if you feel like, I might really need to look at this, and so you just put it in a pile and then it adds up. So paper, I think
that's what I do.
Yeah. Paper is something. I mean, obviously the flyer to the store that you don't shop at, you hopefully would throw away immediately when that comes. But other things you're like, maybe I want to join that class action. Hey, I don't know. I'm not sure if that's an opt-in or I gotta opt out. I don't, all these things. Maybe I'll take them up on that 20% off the second entree thing. All that kind of stuff that comes in the mail.
Well, then that should go out in your car.
Yeah. So maybe you just have one. Maybe if you are not, like I'm just a chucker, so I would just get rid of that stuff right away. But if you were not a chucker, maybe you have one bag like a disposable bag. Don't go to the Container Store and purchase all this stuff. I mean, people, I think, let me finish that thought. Have one little bag. And maybe you keep those things in that you think you need to look at. If you haven't looked at them in maybe 10 days, just throw it out. Just throw it out because you're not going to look at them. And it's probably expired. Whatever you were going to get off that second entree has now expired.
Hey, I want to add on to what you just said. And if it's a home decor item you haven't used in a year, get rid of it. You don't want it. You don't like it. If you did, it'd be in your house on display.
Do what she says, not what I do. Well, because see, you don't change decor much. I change it so much. So it's like a store down in my basement because I'm so afraid, like, oh my gosh, where did those blue and white vases go? Right. I haven't used them for 3 years, but I want them for a post and I don't want to go buy. You know what I mean?
But that's part of what you do for your business.
Right.
So that makes sense to you. No, it's not like they're just collecting dust. But what I alluded to a minute ago, I think a lot of times people, and they get really excited in the new year and I don't know if everybody's still using calendars that you write on or those.
Does anyone still use those?
I think some. I mean, I like that. I like that idea of the crispness, and maybe you get a fresh pen and you write.
Oh no, I like the ones online because my writing's never neat enough for me, and I don't like them messy. So I really like the digital one.
Once you buy the thing, doesn't necessarily translate to actually being organized. So what I'm saying is, don't go to the Container Store or to Target and spend $150 on all these file folders and boxes and all of that stuff. Don't do it until you really know what you need. And then maybe think about doing that. First, you got to purge it all out and figure out where everything's going to go. More than likely, thank you.
Purge first. Don't organize stuff you shouldn't keep.
That's right. Kelly, though, I feel like it's like a national holiday when I go to like a Staples or a Container Store. Right. I could be in that store all day. I love the colored pens and I love the matching boxes.
Or even it's a teacher in her.
Oh, or like, oh my gosh, look at that stapler. It's aqua and has little pink checks all over it. I love that.
I want to restate this again because I think this is the biggest misconception about organization. I think a lot of people think it's about getting a bunch of matching boxes that you write labels on.
Right. Oh, but please let it be that. I'd be wonderful.
No, it's not. You've got to get rid of the stuff first because the worst thing is to organize stuff that you don't want and you don't need.
No, and it takes time to do all that. And it costs money to buy those boxes.
And once you purge first, then you have time because what happens is you've got a closet or a drawer and everything's jammed in there. You can't find a thing. That's how you end up with 15 ketchup bottles.
Oh, I just went to my client's. She had 22 rolls of tape all over her house. And so then you have 22 rolls of tape and it's like, well, I'm not going to throw it. It's perfectly good tape. So then we got all the tape and put it in one place. So all the like things were together.
That'll be a lifetime supply.
But still, she had a giant drawer of tape.
Yeah.
There is, and I'm going to just say this because sometimes you have to get rid of things like 15 rolls of tape. And I know that it costs money, but to have like just 3 somewhere, it's so freeing. It's worth the money.
If it's something like that, I'd probably keep it because you'll go through it and those.
I mean, how on earth I don't think, well, maybe I could in a lifetime you could, but still.
Don't you just love a great recommendation from a friend? Well, we're delighted to be recommending these companies and their wonderful products to you today. And let them know your friends at DTT sent you. Pesto pork chops over Parmesan polenta. Not that easy to say, but oh, so easy to make with Green Chef. Green Chef is the #1 meal kit company for eating well, and we have such a great deal for you. You're going to save $250. Listen on for the details on that. Green Chef makes eating well easy for any lifestyle, whether you're keto, paleo, vegan, vegetarian, gluten-free, or just looking to eat more balanced meals. We're getting into the busy holiday season, so it's a perfect time to have Green Chef help you out. Let Green Chef take the work out of eating clean this holiday season with their chef-crafted, nutritionist-approved recipes featuring fresh ingredients and nothing artificial. And you know what? You don't have to lose track of your healthy eating habits during the holidays. Every Green Chef customer gets a free That's right, a free session with their registered dietitians who will walk you through how to make clean eating work for you. So sign up for your free session and start on the road towards better health today. And that deal I want to tell you about, visit greenchef.com/DTT250 and use the code DTT250 for $250 off your order. So that's greenchef.com/DTT250 and use the code DTT250 for $250 off your order. Inevitably, with the new year come wellness goals. One very effective and easy to reach goal is to add dose to your wellness regime. Dose is expertly formulated organic wellness shots that support your liver in one delicious drink. Formulated with ingredients clinically shown to support liver health. Potent turmeric, milk thistle, and ginger. There's 0 sugar and 0 calories. Did you know that your liver performs over 500 special functions? Since I learned all that my liver is doing, I started with Dose to support all those vital functions. I take a shot of refreshing Dose 2 times per week to combat everyday toxins from food, meds, alcohol, and unhealthy air. Since starting with Dose about a month ago, I am definitely feeling an overall improvement in my health. So if you want to give Dose a shot and invest in your health like I have, Dose is offering DTT listeners 15% off your first order, plus an additional 15% off if you subscribe for a monthly delivery. That's 30% off your first order. So go to dosedaily.co/DTT and use the code DTT. That's dosedaily.co.co/DTT and use the code DTT.
But once you purge and get rid of the extra stuff, the stuff is jammed in there in this closet or drawer. You pull everything out, you get rid of the stuff you don't need. Once you've purged out the extra junk, it's so much easier to organize it. Then you can set it up neatly so that you can see what is in there. I finally got all our supplements organized so they're in nice, neat little rows, and we can easily order what we need because I can see we didn't even know what we had.
That was on my list.
Yeah,
about
that's why
all my, all like my I shouldn't say vitamins. I have supplements, all my whole food supplements and everything. And, ibuprofen and cough medicine, because now, I have a grandson who's 14 months and I just roll from one cold to another. So we always have the nasal spray and the cold medicine, and it's all over the place. It's a mess.
And Kevin got I think it's called an inversion table for Christmas.
Oh, yes, yes.
Mm-hmm. And I said, where are you planning to store that? And he said, well, under our bed, of course. The poor man has no idea what's under our bed. I said, great. You're welcome to put it there. But there's a bunch of stuff under there that's going to have to come out.
And you'll have to do it, I'm sure.
Well, the thing is, there was a lot of stuff that came from his parents' house he didn't want to get rid of. And his dad had.
This is like a problem that doesn't
go
away.
It comes home to roost. Guess what? His dad had all of these slides from all of their world travels, and they're all under our bed. So
you need to go through them and put them on. Throw them away or put them on a CD or a DVD or something. Hey, I've got another one. Mm-hmm. Wash your dishes or put the dishes in the dishwasher as you go. So many times if you're cooking, even if you're cooking dinner, my husband, if I cook, he does the dishes. And he just said to me recently within the last few months, Yvonne, you always leave me such a mess. And he is right. Because when I cooked and did the dishes, I always cleaned up as I went.
Oh. Now that you have an assistant.
Now that I have a sous chef, sort of. But, that's not fair.
Well, that's a sous chef's job, I believe.
Yeah, but I think that as wash as you go and never have dishes in your sink. Do not leave a dish in your sink.
I'm definitely a wash as you go girl.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that makes life. Who wants to turn around and have all of that, especially after you've had a meal? Ugh.
Yeah. No, it's best not to have that in the sink.
And here's another one. Get rid of multiples. You just don't need 5 spatulas. You know, you don't need.
I don't know. Spatulas, sometimes I use all 5.
Well, whatever it is that you have too much of, like, don't have, like, I look at I don't know what else to call it other than my Tupperware drawer. It's not Tupperware. It's, I've got all kinds of things.
Pots and pans, I know, again, when my in-laws passed away, they had 2 houses and we had all this stuff. It was a lot of stuff. We didn't have room for all of that. And so I just kept the best stuff, and really probably 10% of their things I kept. And 90.
That's just call it all, organize it, use my daughter's like the best of this. She does this better than anybody I know.
You don't need 50 pots and pans.
No. And you don't need like 17 steak knives, and things like that. Or you don't need 8 winter, pull on hats. Really, you don't need 7 pairs of mittens. Get rid of all those things because they just clutter your life up so much.
Well, and there's probably a bunch of whatever, like we're talking about mittens. If you have 8 pair of mittens, there's probably 1 or 2 that you actually like and wear. Okay, the other 6 you probably don't wear.
That's right. This is for Bobby. Bobby, clean out your sock drawer. We can't open it any longer. He has all of his orphans and he won't throw them out.
Oh, no.
I have an orphan to go.
No, I have the orphan drawer in the laundry room.
Free the orphans.
When they're thrown away, no one's the wiser. Only mommy knows.
Here's another thing that and now this doesn't have to do with your house, but it has to do with you. Organize and downsize your purse.
Oh, I did this a couple years ago because I didn't want to. I've heard about too many instances of somebody having a back problem because their purse was too heavy.
That's true.
No, I know people that have.
Purse. Yeah, my mother picked up my purse a couple years ago, and she said, "Oh my gosh, Yvonne, this is so heavy."
Yeah,
and I didn't realize it, but now I have a crossbody small bag that I have a compact, a lipstick, a pair of sunglasses, a pair of readers, and my wallet. That's all that's in it.
That's about all. Actually, I think that's more than I have a few stevia packets in mine. But that's basically what mine is. And I have a very small purse, and I refuse to go with a big purse now because once you downsize, I have a big clank of everyone's, there's 3 cars because my daughter drives. I have a key to her car. So the keys are this huge clunky thing. But
I have a carabiner and I put them on the outside of my bag.
Oh, wow. Well, they kind of need their own purse. But anyway, I've gone with a small purse and I will never go back. It's so nice. It's so lightweight. And the reality is all that stuff, it's like all the junk in your junk drawer. You're not really probably going to pull out your toenail clipper and clip your toenails when you're out at the store. You
remember that? Was it Let's Make a Deal or something? And they'll, and they'll say, "Do you have a defibrillator?" And people go through their purses and pull it out. You're not going to probably go on and be on a show where you need all these things, unless you're my mother
and with a refrigerator.
She can't find a thing in her purse, and my mom is the most hip, amazing woman ever. But she can ask, "Mom, do you have a turkey leg?" "Yeah, honey, are you hungry?" Do you have
probably a flashlight in there?
Oh my! And
a bottle opener.
Yeah, I do have a measuring tape also, by the way.
Well, a small one is the small ones, but don't get the 25-foot tape measure.
No,
don't carry that in your purse.
Monogrammed one. We love those. The little
yes, ones. Yeah. But you really need to organize that and keep it organized. That to me was so freeing. And like if I have papers in even the smallest amount, it really bothers me. So, if I've got a receipt,
those receipts,
I have to keep,
I pull them out.
Absolutely.
So if you're interested in becoming more organized and streamlining your home, then we're suggesting to maybe go to one drawer, one closet, start there. And really go through it, whether it's the extra shoes or sneakers that have seen better days, or flip-flops or things like that, the mittens that we've discussed, the extra spatulas or extra pots and pans. Don't feel overwhelmed by it because it is a lot, but it's totally conquerable. And if you just take it in small segments, I live a pretty streamlined life. Like I literally have 3 pans and that's all I use. In fact, a couple of Christmases ago, my mom was like, I'm just going to get you, I guess when we moved to the house, I'm going to get you a whole new set of pots and pans. And you just pick out whatever you want. And I said, I really, thank you, but I really don't want that. I love these all clouds. I've had them for forever. And, I probably lost one or two along the way. And now I just have 3 pans. And those are the only ones I need. I never say to myself, darn it, I don't have a medium saucepan. I'm fine using the large one for, a medium-sized amount of stuff.
You're right. Mm-hmm.
You
Sometimes
really don't
we
need it.
think we need things and we really don't. You don't maybe need 3 sets of mixing bowls.
No.
Things like that.
True. No.
I do have, go ahead.
No, and there just are, I don't, at the risk of sounding sort of, repeating ourselves or sounding sort of corny, there really are people that need this stuff.
Yes.
And so you think about, even if you think, gosh, I really like the color of these mixing bowls. Which one should I keep? You're doing such a good thing if you drop them off at a Goodwill where somebody can get them for $1, or somebody that will take them. I know Habitat for Humanity. I don't know if they take mixing bowls and stuff, but they'll even take small appliances. The veterans will come in the big truck and they'll take small appliances and clothing and all of that. No questions asked. You put the bags out, it's gone.
Ugh. And the way to approach this is pretty much what Kelly is saying. And this is a great time to say, I'm going to organize my house in 2018. And here's what I do when I'm organizing the whole house. And this would be a good year. We should do this all together. And what I do is I start
like a buddy system.
Yeah. So I start at one room. I start at one end of the house and one room. And maybe you could do one room a month. And then it doesn't feel too overwhelming. I say, I'm going to do one room at a time. And then each room, when it's done, I kind of have a little mini party. I mean, not really, but just kind of pat myself on the back and go, yay, you finished one room. And then you feel so excited, and then you're kind of ready. And when you're reaping the rewards of your efforts, you're so excited to move on, and you have that, positive experience, positive feedback. Then you're ready to go on to the next room. And really,
but don't recreate the wheel. Don't mess up what you just did.
Well, right. Once you've done one room, you can't put anything from another room into that room.
Right.
Yeah, that's cheating.
Right. That
You're not
funnel
allowed
has to be going out.
Well, here's my rule. And this year I'll get back into that. I've had such an unusual year that I've sort of let things go. But spend 15 minutes a day. Decide, start at your front door. Start at if you have a coat closet at your front door, or start at a drawer. If you have something in your hallway that has a drawer, start there. Don't tackle the entire, let's say, linen, the entire coat closet. Start with, okay, I'm going to do the left half of the shelf, then the right half, and then just set your timer for 15 minutes. And for 15 minutes, have a give away, put away, and throw away. Bags or boxes. Those are my 3 things. And I have a post all about this. And then in no time, and you just do that every day, and you go through everything in your house. And when you're done, you start all over again. And it is amazing.
Well, let's not talk about starting over again. That sounds depressing.
No. I mean, you start over again. It's messy, but you just want to
it just becomes part of your life that you're doing it automatically. And I mean, it's January 5th if you're listening to this the day it came out. So literally within the month of January, you could be done with your entire house. I find so many times I'm oftentimes
not this house, but well,
I'm oftentimes going to clients' homes for decorating, and what we really end up starting with is purging and organizing, because
that's part of decorating. Though.
Yeah, it really is part of decorating. And there's no sense putting, I wouldn't put new curtains on dirty windows. It's no sense, putting pretty pillows, in a room that has, boxes of paperwork sitting in the corner.
Such a good point.
Oftentimes people but what happens is, and if this is happening in any of your houses, that your listeners' homes, just know that you can do this and you can conquer it, because I've seen people give me that deer in the headlights look, like, this has gotten so out of control, Kelly. How am I going to conquer this? And it's exactly what Yvonne's saying. You just take little pieces at a time. Yeah, you might be a working person, or you have a lot of little kids, or it's just overwhelming, or it makes you tired, or you don't like doing it. So just give yourself the grace to do it a little bit each day. And it adds up. It actually, I should say adds up. It minuses because the stuff starts to go away and you start to feel better. And then you want to do it more because it makes you feel better.
Kelly, excuse me.
Go ahead, clean out your closet, then head straight to Quince. I love every item Quince offers, from wardrobe to decor, and I can really recommend their Ultra Stretch Super Wide Leg Pant at $49.90. The price is unbeatable, and the look is so flattering. It keeps you in on top and flares out of the bottom. Everything feels right with Quince. The price, the quality, and the sustainability. Quince offers a range of luxury wardrobe and home goods at prices within reach. And like Quince's clothing, their home goods are priced 50 to 80% less than similar brands. Quince only works with factories that use safe, ethical, and responsible manufacturing practices, along with premium fabrics and finishes. Once you've cleaned out your closet and refreshed with Quince, you can also add something to your home decor. So give your wardrobe and your home the refresh it needs with Quince. Go to quince.com/DTT to get free shipping and 365-day returns on your next order. That's Quince, QUINCE.com/DTT for free shipping and 365-day returns. Quince.com/DTT. And let me know how you love those pants. Green Chef is a delicious delight any time of year, but especially during the holidays. What a wonderful vision to behold as the Green Chef boxes on your doorstep. Green Chef is the #1 meal kit for eating well. And it makes eating well so easy with plans to fit every lifestyle, whether you're keto, paleo, vegan, vegetarian, gluten-free, or just looking to eat a more balanced diet. So let Green Chef take the work out of eating clean this holiday season. And if you've got guests coming, shop Green Bundles. They're now available at the Green Market. It's your one-stop shop for nutritious grab-and-go breakfasts, including vegan options, brunch kits, wholesome lunches, ready-to-eat snacks, veggie sides, and more. You can feel your best this December and do your best with Green Chef because they offset 100% of the delivery emissions as well as 100% of the plastic in every box. Go to greenchef.com/60DTT and use the code 60DTT and get 60% off plus 20% off your next 2 months. greenchef.com/60DTT and use the code 60DTT to get 60% off plus 20% off your next 2 months.
How do you eat an elephant?
One bite at a time.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because when it seems too overwhelming and every room has stuff in it, or every room has Fisher Price toys and your kids are applying to college, like it's time, right, to get rid of all that stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And so, we're here to help you. Yvonne has great posts on it, and we'll add those to the show notes. And just take our tips. Don't go to the Container Store yet. Start by going through it all, getting rid of what you don't need, and then what you do need, you can find nice boxes for. That's your treat.
That could be your reward. Yes. Yeah. Okay. Here's another thing that I think everybody should learn how to do, and it's because it frustrated me so much. Learn how to fold a fitted sheet. Now, I know this sounds very minor, but listen, I fold a fitted sheet and I just get so frustrated. It looks like a wadded ball. And then it makes my whole linen closet look messy.
Yeah. Well, I mean,
I
I fold it, but I've never gotten it to look as good as those on the YouTube.
I will put this on the show notes. Mm-hmm. In the show notes, Martha Stewart has a video. And it took me a couple times to do it. But once you get it, it's like, oh my gosh, this is so easy. And it looks so fabulous. And you can even put your sheet and your fitted sheet and one pillowcase in a pillowcase. And so
I do that. I put everything in one pillowcase, and that was a game changer. I think I got that from Martha Stewart. So it's easy. You just pull it out and it's the whole set all in one bag.
It's amazing.
Smart, Anita.
Yes. So I'm going to tell you, learn how to fold a fitted sheet and put it together like Anita does in a pillowcase. And what a difference you're not like rooting through everything, and you always have a perfect set, and your linen closet always looks nice.
Love it.
I mean, it's little, but it is a game changer.
I feel more organized already. I hope you do. Just talking about organizing makes me feel like I've done it.
Well, it's motivating. It's motivating. You know, I feel motivated. Like, okay, what can I order? I'm going to go here. I'm going to go organize my Tupperware drawer. Seriously.
Yeah, everybody pick something that everybody who's listening right now. And if
Maybe
you
we
can,
need to do an
start now.
organizational challenge. Let's think about that.
Oh, that would be fun for the new year.
Yeah. I
Okay,
think
organize
great.
one thing in your house and send us pictures.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. I've got, and
And
there's
we'll
so many
talk.
options.
Oh, that would be so much fun.
Mhm.
And if they're really good, I'll put them on my Facebook page.
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
Ooh, I'm going to start now.
I
gotta
go.
go.
Page. I don't know about you.
Oh, goodness. This was fun. And I feel so motivated to get started. I hope you feel motivated to get started and just start on that one closet. Start at the front of your house, work your way toward the back, 15 minutes a day. Don't go buy the containers until you purge first. I think these are all great tips. And remember, we're here to inspire you to create a beautiful and organized home. Until next time.
Hey, everybody. We want to thank you so much for listening to Decorating Tips and Tricks. And we want to make it even easier for you to listen. And it's easier if you subscribe. You just click the subscribe button on our website, www.decoratingtipsandtricks.com, or you can subscribe through Apple Podcast or any of your favorite podcast listeners. When you subscribe, DTT comes free right to you 3 days a week. So until next time.